What's up guys? We're getting closer and closer to the iPhone 8 and as a result, more and more information is being leaked. So in this video, I already have a ton of new information to share with you regarding the iPhone 8, even the 7S, and this is coming from some of the top leakers ever. You know, the Apple leakers that have proven to be time and time again to be the most reliable. So we're gonna go ahead and talk about 10 things that Ming-Chi Kuo is predicting the iPhone 8 will have, and at this point, not so much a prediction, more of a this is what's actually going to happen with very small discrepancies in between. Most importantly, the fact that the iPhone 8 will not be getting an embedded Touch ID sensor on the front of the phone. What? There was so much hype about this, so many leaks, so many rumors, and now we hear that it's not going to be happening. What was it all for then? But we're going to cover that in just a second. I just wanted to say, guys, happy 4th of July. I mean, this is a national holiday for us in America, and I'd like to celebrate with another giveaway. Plus, the iPhone giveaway from the last iPhone rumors video. I'm going to be choosing a winner at the end of this video. So for this video exclusively, guys, I will be giving away 4 sets of AirPods. So I will be buying these and shipping them to your house in a couple weeks here or so. So for this video, leave a comment, like the video, and I'll be selecting winners in just a couple weeks. So happy 4th of July, guys. Let's get right into the latest iPhone 8 leaks and rumors. All right, so Ming-Chi Kuo has came out and given a report about 10 things that will be happening with the iPhone 8. And when this guy speaks, you know, everybody listens because this is the internet's most accurate Apple predictor ever. So the first thing he said is that there will be 3 models of iPhones coming later this year. We already knew this, but basically in a little recap, he's saying they'll have a 5.8-inch display, 5.5-inch, and 4.7. The 5.8-inch obviously will be for the organic LED model. Now he's also saying that there will be no differences on the front panel. He didn't say anything about the rear, so there might actually be a couple changes in design on the rear to differentiate the 7S from the iPhone 7 model. I mean, if you think about it, that totally makes sense. Apple will not be selling the same design because people won't want to buy it if it doesn't look different. So that means there could be some new colors, maybe some little design changes, who knows, that's my personal prediction, but I don't think Apple will be selling the same design one for one as the iPhone 7 on the 7S. He did confirm that the iPhone 8 will have a full screen design, meaning no home button. There will be a virtual home button, but the entire front portion of the display or of the front of the phone will be a display with a tiny sensor area. I mean, just look at that. Look at how incredibly sleek that is. I mean, to have your content just bam, right there, no borders, very slim bezels. It's amazing. So, you know, he's also saying it will have a world record for the highest screen to body ratio. Now, the current record holder is the Essential phone, 84.85% screen to body ratio. This will beat it. That is impressive. And in the same report, Ming-Chi Kuo is saying that Apple will not be including a Touch ID sensor in the display of the iPhone 8. That is very unfortunate. I was very disappointed to hear about it. He quickly said that there will be an alternative to this, but still, Touch ID is so convenient. To have it in the display would have been awesome. Now he's saying there are a couple technical challenges behind as to why Apple won't do it. For one, existing capacitive technology with fingerprint sensors will not work with the new organic LED display, putting it into this glass. And they tested out the fingerprint sensors underneath the glass. It just doesn't have the accuracy or responsiveness to go through the display, even a thinner organic LED panel. They would have to restructure the pixels. It would be a more complex pixel design. Basically, they don't have enough time to perfect all of these things and make it a working consumer product. So they're omitting it from the iPhone 8 completely. Now he's saying that's in favor of a 3D modeling facial recognition system. We've heard a lot about the capabilities of the iPhone 8, and the new sensor bar will be including several new sensors on the iPhone 8s that we haven't seen before in order to make iris scanning, facial scanning happen. Now that's awesome because it could possibly even replace Touch ID. Now in a separate report from Bloomberg, which came out just today, they said they actually spoke to someone that was in the development team that knows a lot about the facial scanning, and he says it is absolutely incredible. Now he didn't want to be named, obviously, for leaking purposes. Apple was really hunting down those leakers. He said that within a few hundred milliseconds it will authenticate. That's about the speed of Touch ID, if not faster. Not only does it work with you holding it up to your face, he said it works if you just leave it flat on a table in front of you as well. That is crazy. That could actually replace Touch ID. As many complaints as you'll hear right now about this, it could actually be a feasible replacement for Touch ID. He says not only that, it's also more secure as well because there are more data points to analyze. And because it's a 3D module, it can't be fooled with a 2D image like we saw some videos about the Galaxy S8 being fooled by putting an image right in front of the iris scanner. And while we're on the topic of Bloomberg, they did say 2 new features are being tested in prototype iPhone 8 models, which may or may not make it to final release. I was very excited to hear hear about the second one. So the first one is a dedicated chip called the Apple Neural Engine, which will handle all artificial intelligence tasks. So things like scanning your face with the 3D modules, this would handle that. Maybe even Siri tasks, finding you search results. Basically, all artificial stuff will be on a chip, much like the M9 coprocessor, in order to get improved security and also better battery life. And according to Bloomberg, Apple is testing a 120 Hz display on the iPhone 8. So I use it currently on the iPad Pro. It is my favorite feature, absolutely, like hands down. This is why I recommended this iPad, because of this display. And I could totally see this being one of the iPhone 8's biggest selling features. The display that has a higher refresh rate on the iPhone would just be incredible. And I was so happy to learn that Bloomberg is confirming Apple is testing it. Hopefully it makes it to final release. And back to Ming-Chi Kuo, who is saying the iPhone 8 and 7S Plus will exclusively have 3 GB of RAM. No word on the speed of this RAM, if it'll be getting any faster, but the standard iPhone 7S will not have 3 GB of RAM. It'll stick to 2 because it does not have a dual lens camera. He says you need an extra gigabyte of RAM to handle the dual lens sensor. And he also gave details on the storage of the upcoming lineup. So from the 7S to the iPhone 8, all of the models will have 2 storage choices, only 64 gigabytes and 256. It's a bit of an interesting choice, but again, much like before with 16 going up to 64, Apple wants you to choose the higher end model. They make a lot of money in that jump between storage, but still 64 gigabytes is enough. I'd say it's the bare minimum with live photos and 4K video nowadays. I think 32 is already pushing it. So 64 and 256 will be the new sizes of the upcoming lineup. He also said that the Lightning ports are here to stay and that the iPhones will be getting fast charging via USB-C. He also said the output power of the receiver and speaker will be getting greater and more consistent to create a better stereo effect. So stronger speakers in the iPhone 8 is very good news because they currently are very good in the 7 and 7 Plus, and for them to get better is awesome. He also said that the iPhone 8 will be getting very limited colors in order to keep a more of a boutique image of the iPhone. He said they don't want to have a ton of color choices. You'll still be able to get all of the colors you want on the smaller iPhone 7S models, but the iPhone 8 will have very limited color choices. Launch schedule wise, are rumored to be announced together with the 7S in September and to ship in October, November. 7S, of course, will ship usual time later in September, with a estimate of about 80 to 85 million units being produced this fall, with a split between the iPhone 8 and 7S models. So very good sales for both. Apple's really counting on the design and display of this thing to drive half of the sales. Now, a piece of news that caught my eye earlier this week is that Apple is actually using 10nm processors already. Usually they reveal the new die sizes on iPhones, but this time around the new iPad Pros are using 10nm processors, the A10X, meaning they have a good amount of time before the release of the iPhone 8 to perfect this size, make it even as powerful as they need in such a small form factor. I just think it's really cool that Apple is already experimenting with next generation processors. Believe it or not, this may be the very first part leak for the iPhone 8. It's a screen bracket that details the mounting of the LCD, or the organic LED panel. In comparison to the iPhone 7, you can see it's missing the home button and it's got more of a cutout going all around. So it definitely lines up with the fact that it will be a full screen display, just a little piece of evidence on the mounting pile already. Is this the iPhone 8 prototype? Vania Geskin shared these images of an iPhone clone or dummy running some sort of very similar software to Apple's prototype software. Although it looks legit, most likely not. This is just another clone or dummy. I'll be disappointed if this was the final design after everything we've seen so far. And from the legendary concept maker Martin Hajek, here's another concept from him of the iPhone 8 in white. So I just wanted to share that with you guys, showing you that this is such a stunning design. And if I were to choose 2 colors, of course, black and a solid white. We haven't had a really good white color since the 4 and 4S. The 5C didn't really count because it wasn't a flagship at the time. So that would be awesome, an iPhone 8 in white. And Ming-Chi Kuo predicts that Apple will be including the same 5-watt power brick that they currently do with the iPhones, with the very same USB-A to Lightning cable. In my last video, we talked about a 10-watt adapter that's USB-C that Apple would be including in the box. He doesn't seem to agree with this one, so a very interesting little bit there. Also, that the wireless charger will be sold separately for the iPhone 8, not in the box. And Samsung is spending $21 billion to produce a new plant that is capable of producing organic LED displays for Apple on a large scale. So they're really betting big on Apple because they have a lot of money to make here. And of course, the iPhone benefits from this as well, as you'll be able to get one sooner if there is more stock of it. All right, guys, thanks for watching. That's the latest on the iPhone 8 leaks wise. A lot of great information. I'm very happy to learn that the 120 hertz display from the iPad Pro may be making its way over to the iPhone side of things, which is amazing. I think it'll kill the competition with that one feature alone. Nobody else has it on a smartphone. Also, the facial recognition sounds like it's going to be a very big game changer for Apple, as it will be replacing Touch ID entirely. So thanks for watching. That's the latest, and now to the giveaway. Peace. All right, guys, here we are for the giveaway. Now, when I contact you, you guys will have the option to choose the color of the iPhone 7 Plus 128 gigabytes. So just want you guys to know that. All right, with these comments loaded, here we go. Pick a random comment. Michi Wong Ba. All right, man. You have won. So stay tuned for the AirPods. I'll be giving away 4 in favor of 4th of July. So thanks so much for watching, guys. Stay tuned for the next one. Peace.